There is one thing you and I use all the time, and it's a fascinating concept. Just think about it, what's on your mind. Are you worried maybe about something that happened yesterday, still ruminating on the past? Or are you very worried about the future, concerned about things, about your work, your family, anything? Or are you happy? So excited about how yesterday went, how the last months went, everything was so perfect. And you just have that success image on your mind. And you're so confident tomorrow will be even better. Just think about it. And what's interesting, whatever is on your mind and on our mind, we actually see in images. It's like a movie. You vividly replay all the worry, all the things that happened, all the beautiful things. And often we vividly replay what we don't want, things that were negative. And we already vividly play our future in our movie for the future, things we do not want in the future. We play it over and over and over again. And then we get emotionally involved with it. And the more we are thinking about it, and the more we feel it and get emotionally involved, the more it will become reality. Now, we can use this concept, exactly the same concept we are doing all the time already, to create success. And effective imagery, we are using the ability to imagine. We are getting into the image, the feeling, and then we get emotionally involved with what we want. And we use it to our advantage. So when my clients learn how to build their success image from the inside out, they achieve amazing results. They improve their physical function. They achieve success, happiness, well-being. For example, promotions at work, business success, confidence in public speaking. And I will share you later on one beautiful story from one of my clients. Performance, another client of mine, she just got her gold medal in dressage. So performance in sports and fitness. And also very, very important, you can use that concept, and my clients use it very successfully to improve their wellness in rehabilitation and in the prevention. Olympians use imagery as mental training. It's a very powerful concept, and we will talk more about it in a little bit. And imagery is not something very new. In Psychology Today, Dr. Taylor reported that imagery is used by virtually all great athletes. And research has shown that when combined with actual practice, it improves performance more than practice alone. And it's not just a mental experience, it occurs in our head, but it rather impacts us in every way, psychologically, emotionally, physically, technically, and tactically. And it has been studied over years, and it has been applied over years. So it's not something new. And I would say it's something that's not really used enough to really achieve the success we want to achieve. So how does it work? How does imagery work? And you might, of course, have heard many times, our attitude and beliefs affect how our mind, how we get our results. It affects our mind and our body. So just think right now, what's on your mind? Think, are you achieving your goals? What limits you? And what are you constantly replaying in your mind? What is it? Is it success, happiness? Or is it worry, financial worry, worry about pain, worry about family? Or is it constant worry you're replaying and you're projecting into the future? So let's explore how the mind works so you can understand that better. We have a conscious and a subconscious mind. And whatever is on our mind is then expressed through our body with actions, reactions, feelings. And we have a lot on our mind, everyone, you and I. And our body is merely the extension of our mind. Now, our conscious mind is the intellectual mind. We think, analyze, reason. Right now, you listen to me with your conscious mind and with your one of your five senses, And you reason, you say maybe, oh, it makes sense what she's saying. It doesn't make sense maybe. Or maybe she has an accent. I didn't tell you I'm from Germany. So we constantly listen and reason and have our opinions in our conscious mind. And it's also where our ideas are. We have an idea, we have a goal. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to be a fabulous, inspirational public speaker. All this you start in your conscious mind. And our conscious mind continuously receives input from our five senses. We smell, we taste, we touch, we hear. It's like constantly we see. There's constantly input. And we analyze the input and constantly process that input. And as an adult, we filter that input. Now, the other part, the subconscious mind, that's where our feelings and emotions are housed. Our beliefs, our self-image, the way we see ourselves from the inside out, our cell memory. Basically, your whole history is housed there. The things you heard as little kid and you couldn't filter as well with your conscious mind, and you started to believe your experiences, all that is deeply housed in your subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind really runs our life. If you think about your habits, if you think about your beliefs, the way you see yourself, it's that constantly is habitual how you run your life, unless you consciously interject and say, stop, I want to create something different. Because our subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And our body merely reacts to that. And you might wonder, is that true? Now let's do a little test. How about that? I have you and I now think about a lemon. You have a beautiful lemon in your hand. It's a ripe, whatever, Florida or whatever lemon, wherever the lemon is from. Really ripe, beautiful, yummy, yummy lemon. You smell it. It is so amazingly smelling like a real lemon. You touch the outside. It's, you feel the lemon, smell it, you look at it. And it's really a very beautiful lemon. Now, let's take a knife and cut the lemon in two halves. And now take the two lemon halves, each right and left, and look at them and see the juice there. And it smells even more. And you feel the lemon half in your hands, and you see that mouth-watering juice and the lemon texture. And now take one of the lemon halves and bite into it. And what do you feel? Now, I have done this many times and I still have the same reaction. I bet you felt some mouth-watering, puckering, goosebumps. I get goosebumps. You felt the sourness of the lemon. You just really, and it made your mouth kind of tighten up. So whatever you felt, that was your subconscious response. You stored images and responses. You stored memories of the lemon. Now let me ask you this. Did you actually have a lemon in your hand? I did not. Maybe you took one. I don't think so. So my body reacted to the image of that lemon and what I know about it, stored in my subconscious mind, in my beliefs, and in my cell memory. So our body reacts to whatever we have on our mind. I hope that made it a bit clear. All right, now let's move beyond the lemon. Whatever is deep-seated and planted in our subconscious mind and nourished with repetition and emotion will one day become reality. Earl Nightingale, very famous transformational leader. It's a great quote. You might have heard it before. I still like to share that. And now let's think about how we create success. Now, when we can react to a lemon, we can also react to a successful image on our mind. And high-performing athletes, as I mentioned earlier, the Olympians, they use that. And here's Jack Nicklaus said, "I never hit a shot, even in practice, without having a sharp, in-focus picture of it in my head. It's like a color movie." So we not only have that image, it's a color movie, and we are actually part of that color movie. And I will share with you later on how you can become the main actor of your movie. The Olympians, when they use mental image, and Christopher Clary, he published a really good article in the New York Times in 2014. And he shared how he observed the Olympians going through the visualization and the imagery. And imagery, as Emily Cook here, a freestyle aerial Olympian, says, it's, imagery goes beyond visualization. You have to smell it, you have to hear it, you have to feel it, everything. So she imagines every little piece and part of her jump and feels it, smells it, and feels the wind, feels the cold, imagines everything. So that is the effective imagery. In motor imagery, which we also use in rehabilitation and prevention, we are mentally rehearsing like the Olympians, like the high-performing athletes, and simulating an action, but we don't really perform it. So we mentally think about doing the jump, we mentally run, we mentally ride a dressage test. And so whatever we do, a bike, whatever we do mentally, we don't perform it. And it's a multi-sensory experience. I will share with you how that you use your 5 senses for that. And the evidence suggests that our body has the same response. Remember the lemon. The same when you imagine a physical activity. Imagine you're running right now on the beach. You feel the wind, you smell the fresh air, and your body, it activates the same brain cells, and then it activates the same muscles. So there's evidence that you actually significantly improve your physical outcome when you use imagery and physical training. And you can use that not only for physical training, but also for success, like a public presentation or any kind of situation where you want to be your best. And for example, one of my clients, she last year received the gold medal. She qualified for the gold medal in dressage. And she learned through imagery how to focus on her goal. And instead of, like she says here, instead of being taken over by fear and failure, no, she created a success image on her mind and kept training and training and training, and moved gradually up from 3rd level to the silver medal when I met her. And now she received the gold medal. And it's just a beautiful story how she trained herself to create the success she has. And as I mentioned earlier, you can also use the imagery to improve your success in your leadership position, public speaking. And here's another very touching example. Barney, she, one of my clients, I asked her to join Toastmaster, and she said never ever she will join a speaking club. And because she only could remember standing in front of the audience, and all she could see was black, and she couldn't speak, and she walked out humiliated in her junior high school. And her testimonial is also on my website, so you can read her whole story. And then she went to Toastmasters, and we practiced her first speeches, and she created the image of her speech. She rehearsed it over and over. And she walked up in her imagination to the podium. She gave the speech. She saw the eyes of the audience looking at her, the people clapping, and she got so into it that her first speech was already a great success, and her 3rd speech was best speech. And now she has been going for 2+ years to Toastmasters. She is one of the leaders at Toastmasters, and she starts to mentor others. So it's a beautiful example how you can create success with imagery. Now, are you ready to transform your life? And are you ready to create the success you are looking for? You can build the success mindset from the inside out. And I want to stress that there are common mistakes many people make, and then they say, oh, it doesn't work. Common mistakes, for example, just a vision board, or things people do and not following the process to deeply get into the feeling of it and become it. So when I teach my clients to learn how to effectively create that mental image and bring the image into reality, they go from just seeing it, just seeing themselves successful, to actually becoming it, to being it. They are it. It's there. They're in that success in the imagination. And then, as you remember from the lemon, your body reacts to that. And you get the physical strength and ability and technique and the mental confidence to really achieve the success you're looking for. So successful imagery requires certain steps, and those steps then need to be taught in the sequence so you can be really successful and you can transform your life. And if you apply each step of the success imagery, and if you know how and when to practice your imagery, so you contact me, I can help you to become your best. So just from seeing to becoming your best. And I, give complimentary breakthrough sessions. I just love helping people. And it's so important to me that people learn the imagery the right way. So if you email me at my email here, which is my first name, Ulrike, U-L-R-I-K-E, at ulrikeberzau, ULRIKEBERZAU.com. Just email me or call me 617-942-1193. And in your complimentary breakthrough session, you will already work with me on identifying the barriers that limit your success. We will identify them right there. And I will give you also an imagery exercise that is specific to you based on your barriers. And you will also get a copy of my free ebook, which is the 5 steps to build a winning image. And if you can't wait, you can actually go to my website, and under personal coaching, you will find the that ebook, the 5 steps to a winning image. You can download from there as well. So this is in your first complimentary breakthrough session. We will look at your barriers, and especially if you have practiced visualization imagery before and did not get results, it is so important to do it right. And I will give you already one exercise that is specific to you. Now, my clients are successful entrepreneurs, inspirational speakers, transformational leaders, athletes, high-performing athletes, and also people who just want to improve their physical well-being. I work, for example, with, you notice I like horses, I work with riders who have back pain, and I help them to improve through imagery their ability to ride pain-free and to ride with joy and better performance. And I work with people who want to improve their life in all areas of their life, because imagery can be used for all areas of your life. I have been trained by one of the best trainers, transformational leaders, coaches, and I have a background in healthcare, physical therapist. I also worked with the Harvard physicians in the complementary medicine department. I am a best-selling author, and I'm the author actually of my book Imagine, and the co-author Imagine a Healthy You, where we describe also some of the key steps to use imagery. Now, the book gives you a general overview, and I am so excited to be able to offer you a complimentary breakthrough session. So just contact me so you can get started to achieve your results. Again, my website, ulrikeberzau.com. Excited to see you very soon. Bye-bye for now.